we are going to start our work with me. And the great thing about this is we're just going to work. So, show of hands, if you are looking at your winning day, is the 3 business building connections the hardest part of your winning day? Reaching out to 3 people? Is that everybody's hardest part?
Yes.
Then that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do then, because you can do all the other stuff by yourself because you already know how. All right. I have not sent these messages yet. And I'm going to look. I just today printed all of my notes that I took during our trainings in Mexico, but somebody shared actual messages that we could send. My pages are all cattywampus. I don't even know what's going on. Okay. So first of all, do you each have 5 people that you could send a message to right now? Yes. Okay. Are you comfortable sending a message about the business? Does it scare the bejesus out of you? I super love those faces you're making. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the recording is set just to the person talking, but the faces y'all are making about sending a message about the business is pretty awesome. So that's what we're going to do.
I don't mind sending about the business. I want to, and this is I may be the only one that's challenged with this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I do not know. I know you cannot draw a line and say X amount, X amount, X amount makes a good relationship with somebody. But I know that you can't just throw it on to someone that you met yesterday just because you made a compliment to them or posted on something.
You are not alone.
That's my dilemma. That's probably I'm the only one, but that's okay.
Your friend over here with you, Debbie Adams, feels the exact same way. She is my queen of I will not send a message to, well, lots of people. And then for the same reason, but like how much relationship building is needed or appropriate. And then the thought of, I probably have not built a strong enough relationship with this person to send this message.
You hit it really good.
Yeah.
You hit it really good.
So, here's one. Let me see. I know that I have more than one message that we can send, but I have to look at my phone at the pictures for just a minute. But here's one. Tell me how you feel about this, and you can reword it, but this could be a message to anybody. And it says, and let me say it out loud. And if you guys are somewhat okay with this, I will type it so that you could just copy and paste it and send it out, adjust the words you want. But it said, while I know you might not, you're going to have some kind of intro, right? But while I know you might not want to build a super business with me, I thought you might be open to earning a trip with you and your honey. I've got a very simple system to follow, and I'd be beside you every step of the way. Not only could you earn the cruise, but you'd pocket close to $1,750 too. What do you think? Okay, so it's not going to be the cruise, it's Dominican Republic. So not only would you earn a trip to the Dominican Republic, but you'd also earn close to $1,750. What do you think about learning more? Is that making you guys so uncomfortable?
No. I think it's just a step we just have to say, and you know, it either works or it won't work. Then there's plenty more to choose from if they drop you.
Yeah. What did you say, Debbie?
If it's out of the blue, yes.
Well, but
Okay.
everything is out of the blue if you're not consistently messaging 5 to 10 people a day. So where do you start?
Well, and that's
Yeah.
what I'm working on right now. I'm working on sending messages like encouraging messages to at least 5 people a day. Like I send them a message. So I'm working on my birthday messages and getting responses from that and
What if you started it
past
with,
people.
okay, let me ask you guys this. What if we started it with, I know this is totally out of the blue, but would you be interested in earning a trip to the Dominican Republic for you and a guest, or you and your husband, or however you want to say it? Here's the thing. Would you be offended if somebody out of the blue reached out to you and said, hey, I don't know if you have any interest in this, but my company just launched a free trip to the Dominican Republic and I have my heart set on helping 4 people earn it. They will also earn about $2,000 while doing it. Are you interested in learning more? Would you be
I'll
offended if
consider
somebody
that one.
sent you? Would you be offended if somebody said that to you?
No.
So why are you worried about offending somebody by sending it? They're either interested or they're not. Do you think they're going to stop being your friends?
No, but I got to the point, if they stop being my friend, there's others, because I found her.
If they stop being your friends because you offer to help them earn a free trip to Dominican Republic, they are not your people.
Right, I agree. And that would be one way to know. That may be a crummy way to know, but that's not the point of sending the message, but it would bring their stuff out.
So here's the thing. Right now, I'm going to type up a message. You can use it or not. But during this work with me, we are going to send right now 5 messages. If you feel more comfortable sharing about the products, you can. These are not relationship building messages. We are legit going to send somebody a very simple, not confusing message for them to respond to.
Okay.
Okay. Let me type something up. Let's see. All right, so that's a possible message in the chat. And everybody just send 5 messages minimum and come back when, not that you're jumping off, but unmute or whatever when you're done. And don't forget to make a list of who you're sending it to.
I can't jump on and off of my Zoom, so I'm doing it another way.
You can do whatever you want, however you want. You could also send voice memos, do it how. I thought I was muted. You can send voice memos or whatever. However, whatever feels authentic to you.
Done.
You're all done, Angie?
Yes.
I am way too slow.
I have two more to go. But let me,
Do you trust us to finish when you get through? I seem to be really slow at sending out, and I really have a challenge with that. But
okay,
I'll go back because I have other things.
well, how many have you sent so far?
I'm working on number 2.
That's perfect. Okay, so let's ask Angie. Angie, how did you do so many so fast? Did you already have a list or?
Yes.
Okay.
And
so
I
that's why
copied and
Angie did it
pasted the
fast.
message.
Perfect.
Me
So
too.
that's what Angie did. So I've sent 3 so far, and they are from, I have a really old Facebook friends list. Have you guys ever used Facebook friends lists to categorize your friends? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm.
I've not done it a long time, but let me show it to you because that's what I just went back to is my potentials list. So hold on, let me show you this because taking time to do this might save you time. All right, hold on. Hold, please. Okay, so if you're just on, you see my regular Facebook page, you go to friends, click on friends, and then custom lists. So you could create a list. I created lists. It's been a solid 2 years, so I really should readjust this. But honestly, many of these people who I put in my potentials list are still potential. So potentials. What I did is I added people to my list if I thought they should order Plexus. Look how many people I have in my potentials list. And so what I'm doing right now is
Whoa.
scrolling through it and saying, oh, I bet they might like a trip. Oh, they might. So here's how it works. Let me see if I still know how to do it. Let's see, create a list. I'm going to call it a sample because that's what we're doing. Okay, confirm. So add friends. Now I'm going to scroll through and add any, so sample, let's say I want Chris on this list. I want, so if you know people, so like Angie, if you have a list of potentials that you've been working on, you could actually put them in here. So let's say we put Lisa, Chris, and Chelsea in here. And let me see, it used to allow, so sample list, let me see. No. Okay. Custom lists, sample. What this allows you to do, it used to just show you all of their posts. It looks like you have to look on them individually, but so I added Lisa to this. I actually don't know who Lisa is. 25 mutual. Okay, she's here. So I can very quickly, let's do it with my prospects list because that's better, or potentials. So Tasha Dickinson is our photographer who I've always wanted to order. I think she would love Plexus. She'd be amazing at this business. But before I reach out to her, let me spend 2 minutes on her page looking at what she has going on. It's a very simple way. Okay, she takes the most amazing, our really amazing family photos. She did all of those. She's on a podcast. So I could be like, hey, just listen to you on that podcast. That's amazing. So when you're looking at building relationships, this is a good way to really focus in because how often do you go on social media and you get in the scroll trap? And we've talked about like, let's not comment on Plexus people. Let's take a break from this to get other people coming up. But if you have them just in your potential list, look, I could spend less than 60 seconds probably on her page and know what she has going on. Enough to send a message and then also say, hey, this is totally out of the blue, but I think you and your husband would super love this trip and we would have so much fun together. And send the message. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's taking some time on the front end to add people to a list, but you could add to this every time you meet somebody new. Am I right? So you went and you volunteered somewhere and you met somebody new and you sent them a Facebook message and said, it was so nice to meet you, blah, 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 blah. And then you know what you're going to do? You're going to go over here to your potentials and you're going to add somebody new to it. Let's see, add or remove. And then I'm going to add Tiana because I just met her this weekend and now she's on there. And how does that feel? Gina, would that help you when it comes to things like this where, hey, let's send messages? Angie, you just unmuted. What do you got?
That is amazing. I did not know that was possible.
Isn't that so cool? I also have, again, I haven't updated in a long time, but in order, when my team was very, very active during COVID, I wanted to be very, very supportive in the shortest amount of time period, right? So anytime somebody joined my team, I added them to my team hope list so that I could maybe once a day spend 10 minutes loving on different people. And they were all in here. And so I might go on here and click on Tiffany and see what Tiffany has going on and send her a quick message, let her know I'm thinking of her and she's awesome. So even if there's only 3 people on your team, you could go ahead and start your team page. And now you have a focused, hey, on Tuesdays at 10 o'clock, I reach out to the people on my team and just let them know I love them by seeing what's going on in their day. Right? Totally not Plexus related. And isn't that critical to what we do?
Mm-hmm.
To do things un-Plexus related. So that was a little bit of a squirrel, but I hope that that is helpful when you're thinking
Very helpful.
of who you're going to reach out to, because so much of what we do is on social media. So if you were organized on social media, game changer. Am I right?
Or yes.
All right. It's 3:04. I've taken up lots of your time. Any questions on the work with me? If you haven't sent 5 messages, send them. Angie, if you were getting in the flow, keep sending them. There's no amount that's too many. I have a tendency to send like 30 messages in a day and then none for like 4 days. That doesn't work for everybody. But I know in my head when I have time to sit and really do things.
That's the time to do it.
Correct. It's like I could take a nap or I could send 30 messages if I have 30 spare minutes. Way more productive to send 30 messages.
I'm on number 5 and I've come up with even more and I will. I do not have my Facebook categorized the way you were talking, but I have printed out, I don't know how many pages that I printed out from my Facebook, so I have them in a book rather than having to scroll.
Okay. You do
Sometimes
what,
I get like a rabbit in a scroll.
well, do whatever works for you. You could also, with your printed list, if you have like highlighted the people that you'd like to share Plexus with, take the time to create a custom list
I
from
can
your
do that,
printed one.
yes.
That
Well-
way, you're not going back and forth, back and forth. You're like, I have 15 minutes to work. You sit down and you just click on your potentials list and you go to work. And when your 15 minutes buzzer goes up, get up and you're done. Or if you're on a roll, keep going.
And that way you always have your potentials list with you because it's always there in Facebook on your phone.
Always. So if you're stuck in traffic and not like the 20-mile-per-hour traffic, but like the roads shut down traffic,
Or getting a pedicure
getting
or
a pedicure,
getting
sending.
your hair done or
Yes, it's with you all the time. And what I
amazing.
used to do that I need to start doing again is have potential messages that I could send out saved in the notes section of my phone. If you did that, you are now eliminating all obstacles to reach out to people. Your only obstacle is in your head, and that is now a good time for me to reach out to them? Or what will they think about me if I reach out to them? Whatever you've made up in your head, when you remove most of the obstacles, it makes it way easier to get the tasks done.
Mhm.
right? Because you're not trying
Amazing.
to think of what to say. You're not trying to think of who to send it to. You can have your reach out, you can have your follow up. Hey, not sure if you saw my message above, but just wanted to check in. I got 2 more spots. Even if you have 4,
Mhm.
you're creating that urgency, right?
I don't have to
Right.
know the whole story.
They don't have to know. They don't have to know. Doesn't matter because you're going to work with them one-on-one anyway.
Right.
And your systems you have, we have these training calls. You don't have to create your own system. We have these training calls. We have these work with me's. We have our Tuesday night messenger events. We have systems. You have systems to plug people into. Okay.
This has been so helpful. I appreciate it very much.
My goal is for all of you to be on the beach at Dominican Republic. I only wished you were all my level 1s. That's okay. All right, you guys, you good?
We're
Let
good.
me know
I'm
if you
good.
need anything.
I've got this one message and I'm sending it.
Send it to as many people as you can because it's September. You got 10 more days of double credit months.
Okay.
Yes, 10 more
You
days of
got
double
it.
credit months. So listen, what do you have to lose? Like I said at the beginning of September, work double, triple hard in September so that it's much easier the next 3 months.
Right.
Advantage of it. Okay?
Okay. All right.
All right, you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're
Bye.
welcome.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.